Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson. Will Reichert will get this one started. Off we go from AT&T Stadium. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys come out, and they are led out by Dak Prescott, as they have been for a decade. Wow. It's his 10th season as a Cowboy, three-time Pro Bowler, who is now 32 years old.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle, but on the sideline, on the defense, the coaching staff. Everyone is better as the result of him being your quarterback. The quick passing game in the NFL, Mike, is so dependent on yards after the catch. You got to generate space with the scheme, and then it's up to the receiver to do the rest. In this case, nice job defensively, because this guy couldn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage.
He'll get that to Javonte Williams. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down.
That's a gain of 9.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up third down.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's fourth down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up, and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
So the Vikings come out. Technically, it is year 2 for J.J. McCarthy, but really, it's year 1. Did not play at all in the regular season last year with the knee injury. The former Michigan Wolverine, the quarterback of the Vikings.
Mike, when you put the film on of J.J. McCarthy, what really jumps off the screen is his ability to display footwork both inside and outside the pocket. And those movement throws, especially in today's NFL, they are so critical. On top of all that, he has a lot of trust in his arm. He's not afraid to attack tight windows. If he can continue to develop, continue to hone this obvious talent, he could really be a special player in this league.
An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Opening carry of the game for Aaron Jones. And once again, he loses the football.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Cowboys offense ready now for their second drive. They start with outstanding field position, trying to get the first points of this game. It'll be 1st and 10. Go play action. It's Prescott. He's got a man. It's CeeDee Lamb. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
It's a gain of 9.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
A first carry for the former Tar Heel, Javonte Williams. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run game. third and short, fourth and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
That's out wide to Williams. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
That's a great example of just the range that this linebacker has to be able to not only react quick enough to realize that running back was a threat to the flat, but to be able to have the speed to get there and bring him down for no gain.
On the play fake, Dak. Short throw. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Vikings have got it.
You know, Mike, with the importance being placed on yards after the catch, we're seeing more and more guys really emphasize turning into a runner as soon as possible. And, of course, it's a critical part of today's modern offense. But the part you have to remember, the yards are never more important than protecting the ball, so it needs to continue to be stressed. Yes, we want the big explosive play after the catch, but never at the expense of the ball.
Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Now here's Aaron Jones. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. The veteran, Kenny Clark, in on the stop.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. On play action, here's McCarthy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Donovan Izaraku in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit and duck for this pass rush.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Working out of the shotgun, it is McCarthy. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Devontae Turpin to return for the Cowboys. A fair catch called for and taken out beyond the 45-yard line. The Cowboys offense make their way out to take over once more. And their 2 drives so far not good. Punt, lost fumble. Trying to make amends here on drive number 3. An unbalanced look to the left here on 1st down. Now Prescott. First down throw there is incomplete.
They just desperately need to get something positive going here, Mike. It just feels like they're a play away from really jump-starting everything they've talked about being good at throughout the course of the week's prep. And it's really been the inability to sustain drives. So critical 3rd downs, better on 1st and 2nd. Somewhere it's got to pop, and somebody's got to make a play.
Pistol now for Prescott. That's complete left side to Pickens. And he'll get about 7. Still short of that first down. And they'll try to convert it on third down.
Third and 2.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They get 15 on that game. First down, Cowboys.
Cowboys, first down.
Nice job by them getting the back to the perimeter. Then he's able to get outside, stick his foot in the ground, and then get vertical. Right down the numbers. Those are the type of runs this offense wants to see more of going forward.
Dak wisely hits the deck at the end, but he slides after picking up the first down.
That's another Cowboys first down. First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Pretty clear why this offense likes to get the ball into the hands of this quarterback, huh, Mike? I mean, he is just so effective in this area, and now he has them set up first and goal.
Prescott. Oh, man, left wide open. Good play design there. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put him in a good matchup, let him go win, and give him a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Aubrey, good with the extra point. And the Cowboys will take a 7-0 lead. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Price now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll be hoping to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 our score as this drive begins with a first down. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And this will be a short pickup to about the 30. Shamar James there on the stop.
Shamar James. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 30-yard line.
It is 2nd and 6. In motion, Naylor. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back to Arlington at AT&T Stadium after this. McCarthy to the air on 2nd down. That one's incomplete. Good coverage there. Made it uncomfortable for the receiver. Couldn't hang with it, and it brings up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes had a good time as they get the conversion on third down.
And this is why most teams, Mike, decide to take the ball first after the halftime break, because they want to be able to control this middle four. At the end of the first half, you can use your timeouts, you can use some strategy to steal an extra possession. If they're able now to go...
That one underthrown and intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
This is really becoming a key element to playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, the ability to play off script and use your legs to extend the play. I think in this case, he either needs to tuck that ball down and become a runner, or he just simply needs to throw that ball away.
There's CeeDee Lamb heading back out there with the rest of his Cowboys teammates. This will begin at their own 13-yard line, so work to do starting with this 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Dak. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by the veteran, Harrison Smith. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone. The Vikings offense ready to take over once more. They'll start in the red zone already. This drive beginning at the 20. McCarthy now to throw on 1st and 10. Here comes the screen to Jones. And that one's not fooling anyone. They were on that screen from the start, and a loss of yards on the play.
Well, the best screen plays, of course, you want the offensive lineman out in front of the running back. They act as his escort, his lead blockers. But what you can't afford is for the defenders to be in the backfield and get to the running back, because those offensive linemen, they can't help him at all.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's McCarthy. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
To the left side here, caught by Addison. Now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. They'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Brings up 4th down.
So instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. This about as short as you can get. Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are on the board just before halftime.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. This one fielded at the 15. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Cowboys offense going to take over here in the last minute of this first half. The lead sits at 4. So they'll try to add on to that This drive begins with 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Dak. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second. The clock will stop just under 30 seconds to go in this second quarter. Second and a yard. Dak to throw. High throw, but it's reeled in. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a first down in this spot.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Prescott now. That's made by Pickens. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. Officially an even 50-yard attempt. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys go out to a 10-3 lead. So, halftime straight ahead, and we send it over to Scott Hansen, who has the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. He'll get across the 20, plunk him down to the 23-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this third quarter. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. Play action now. It's McCarthy. To the middle of the field. Taken in by Addison. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. 16 yards on the game. And a quick first down.
First down. A gain of 16 yards. And the Vikings first down.
Let's give some credit to this offensive line. Once they identified the blitz, you could see them communicating with one another to make sure everybody is on the same page, and that's what gave the quarterback enough time and found the open man.
And that one is complete along the boundary. Good job of getting those feet inbound.
Now listen, I'm going to give the guy credit. It was a really nice catch, keeping his feet inbounds along the sidelines. It just doesn't amount to much in the grand scheme of things.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Here's McCarthy. That's caught left side by Hawkinson. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
In motion, Naylor. To the air on third down is McCarthy. He's got his man. It's Jefferson. It's a pickup of 12. First down, Minnesota.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
He keeps it himself, and he'll get about 4 yards before wisely covering up.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Here's 2nd and 6. In motion, Naylor. Off the play fake, it's McCarthy. Open man, downfield, it's Hawkinson. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. That's good for 27 and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work 1st and 10. And he's into the end zone. J.J. McCarthy, touchdown Vikings.
Just a great way to finish off a drive, and it was something they thought they had a matchup advantage all week long, was in the ground game. And you can see here, they executed at the offensive line. He got some nice blocks downfield from his wide receivers and tight ends, and he was able to do the rest.
On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker. The kick is good, and the Vikings will tie things up. It's now 10-10. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. They play it short, take it at the 15-yard line. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The Cowboys offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. Low-scoring game, all tied, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run by Williams. Up the sideline, past midfield. And he is out of bounds. How about 25 yards to start the drive? First down.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Gonna work it to Lamb on the RPO. And he'll be out of bounds, a pickup of 5.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll get the first down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Now Prescott. There's a short one that's caught by Ferguson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 27-yard line.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. On the play fake. Dak. That is caught to the goal line and in. George Pickens. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, every touchdown counts the same, but the ones you get in the fourth quarter, they are the ones that feel a little more important.
Yeah, now that pressure shifts to your defense, your offense was able to go out and get the lead here late. Does your defense have enough left in them to get one more stop?
Aubrey now for the extra point. It's up and through. Cowboys go up by 7. It is now 17-10.
Vikings 10.
So the lead is 7 now. Here in this fourth quarter, the tie has been broken. Let's see what happens on this kickoff. Ty Felton now on the return. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Vikings offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. A little play action here with McCarthy. His throw left side is complete. And he's out of bounds, up close to the 45-yard line. How about 15 yards to kick off the drive? It's a first down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. Yeah, so I think as you look back over the course of this game, it's really been the inability of this offense, Mike, to create any sort of balanced attack to get anything going. And whether you look at the rushing yards, whether you look at just the points scored, this offense has to find a way going forward to generate more big plays and more balance, both run and pass.
And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
On first down, here's McCarthy. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Jalen Naylor was the intended receiver that time, and it'll be second down.
He's really struggled with his accuracy all game long, and when you look, Mike, I think he's had some opportunities downfield to connect with his guys, and it's one of the biggest reasons they find themselves trailing here late in this game.
That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. He's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet.
McCarthy from the gun here on third down. This one is taken in downfield. Big completion. That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
That's another
A big one here in the fourth quarter. 41 yards.
At the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
On the zone read, it's McCarthy. And he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits. What do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal?
Second down, goal to go. On play action, here's McCarthy. And time runs out there. He just airmails it towards the bench. Incomplete. Would sense a little frustration there. It brings up third down.
Yeah, and I think that's a really smart decision. You certainly don't want to take a sack in any goal-to-go situation, or even worse, throw a pick. So understanding he still has 2 more shots at the end zone, I really like that decision.
Oh, the ball's out. It's picked up by one of his teammates. And he's going to take it in for the touchdown. Whoa. Have a friend in the right spot at the right time. The fumble, not a turnover, but a TD.
All right, so Mike, now the interesting thing is, do you want to take the lead with still enough time for your opponent to get the ball back to go to try to win it? I think I'm kicking the extra point here, tie the game. I don't want my opponent in a fast 2-minute mode to try to win this game in regulation. Now I'm playing for overtime.
So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. So now here are the Cowboys. Their offense ready to make their way back onto the field. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with first down. They'll drop to throw. That's complete. Left side to Pickens. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, You can try to go for the big one.
And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
Big play. 3rd and 2. Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. 16-yard pickup on that one. That's good for a Dallas first down. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, and it comes with exactly 1 minute left in the game. They still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go with 1st and 10. On the ground, Williams. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. Clock is stopped. 55 seconds remaining here in the game. Now on 2nd and long. To throw is Dak. He runs with it. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout. We get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining here in the 4th.
9-yard line.
Now, 1st and goal. They'll run. It's Williams. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kicker right now.
A gain of 8 brings up 2nd and goal.
From the 1, 2nd and goal. One more time for Williams. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play.
This game has certainly not been for the faint of heart, Mike. I mean, we've been riding the ups and downs the entire time. But what a job by this offense. Game on the line to find a way to score and take the lead with very little time remaining.
The extra point by Aubrey is good. And the Cowboys will go up by 7.
Vikings 17.
So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's a throw from McCarthy. Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
On 2nd down, here's McCarthy. Oh, and a pressure there. He can't get a throwaway, and he's taken down. Osa Odigizua Getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6. And it's 3rd down. So it's a win for the Cowboys. They proved much the best in this one. Get a solid performance in all 3 phases of the game and ride that to victory. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Cowboys as we say so long from Arlington.